I am the Highland Scribe, scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodlines that walk unseen. Come closer, closer still. You see, the fire's warm, but this tale tonight, this tale runs wild. Now you see, there are places in Scotland where history sleeps lightly, where the wind carries whispers and the stones remember the screams. For centuries, women across Scotland were accused of the dark arts. Midwives, healers, outcasts. Some were burned, some were drowned, and some simply vanished. But know their stories. Their stories survived in ash, in earth, and in echo. Now, join me in this series as I explore the Witches of Angus, a journey into Scotland's forgotten fears. And across this series, we'll follow the traces that they left behind. Gravestones with no names, trees that grow twisted, testimonies carved by trembling hands. We'll walk through ruins, read lost records, and sit with stories passed down in whispers. You see, in Angus, the soil is rich with memory. Not just of clans and kings, but of women who were accused of unnatural powers, women feared, punished, and then simply buried. Some in fire, some in water, some in silence. And here, just west of Carnoustie, in a wee churchyard, older than the town itself, one woman they say, was buried with an iron stake driven through her heart. This is the story of the Barry Witch. Now you see, the walk to the Barry Churchyard feels like you're stepping through time, beyond the edges of Carnoustie. The road begins to narrow, stone walls line the fields, and the sky opens wide. And then, through the rustling o' the barley and the hush o' the distant traffic, then you see it. A scattering of stones, a leaning kirk wall, trees that are growing too close. Barry Churchyard. You see, most folk who pass, well, they see peace, but beneath the calm, some locals whispered of an unrest. One grave, they say, one grave, well, it's no like any of the others. Before we go any further, let's do a little bit of history. You see, between 1563 and 1736, the Scottish Witchcraft Act was law. What fueled this? The answer to this is plain and simple. It was fear. And over 4,000 people were accused across Scotland. Many were here in Angus. Did you know that in Forfar, only 13 miles from Barry, more than 40 women were tried? The most infamous case involved Helen Guthrie, who claimed, under pressure may I add, that she met the devil on Barry's very shores. When asked, she described it as he came in the form of a black horse and he offered her power and demanded loyalty in return. You see, these stories, whether believed or forced, were enough to destroy people's lives. Many women were tortured, burned, and then denied a burial. It was more than being denied a burial. They were being denied their memory. And some, well, their graves are still hidden. Or maybe not as hidden as we think they are. Now, the Barry Witches story. Tucked along the back of the kirkyard, near the remnants of the wall, there lies a stone. It has been worn away by centuries. There is no name on this stone. There are no carvings. It leans slightly away from the others. Some say that it is her grave. A woman who is feared by the community. Some say she was cursed. Others would shy away from her. She was just plain and simply accused. Perhaps, maybe she was too quiet. Or maybe she was too outspoken. But according to the legend, she was buried. And this is the bit that got me when I heard the story first. With an iron stake driven through her heart. Not in anger, but in fear. You see, any of you that know about iron, and in folklore especially, its significance, it is thought to bind evil spirits, you know, to keep the wicked from rising, to keep the fae away from your door. Her name was erased. Or even worse, it was never marked at all. But her grave, that remains. And around it, a legend has... Dogs are said to bark at the stone. Mist collects there more than anywhere else in the yard, and even on clear mornings, children, they say, were warned not to play near it, and some older locals would avoid walking past it on their own. And near her grave, nature has risen. In the middle is the remains of the old kirk, and there are trees. One especially caught my attention. It was thick and gnarled, and it has forced its roots through the ancient walls, wrapping around the stone like fingers through ribs. And in parts of Scotland, trees like these are actually called witches' trees. They grow, it is said, where no spirit could actually escape. And so the land remembered. This is, to me, more than folklore when you actually go and see for yourself. And I will post the videos and the photos of when I was there. You see, there is no mention of her in the kirk records. There is no official grave, no convictions. But then again, why would there be? Women buried in disgrace were rarely ever granted ceremony. Their names were left out on purpose. The absence of record is not proof of peace. It is a sign of silence. And silence can be more haunting than a scream. Legends live where truth is buried. See, some stories are passed in paper, others in whispers. And the Barry witch, hers was kept alive by shadows. Standing there beside that unmarked stone, you do feel something different. It's not cold, not quite, but the air holds still. The wind hushes. You notice that even the birds don't really sing. They kind of grow quieter. You don't need to believe in ghosts to feel like somebody's watching you. Then again, maybe it is imagination. Maybe it's empathy. Or maybe something doesn't want to really be forgotten. At the end of the day, we may never know her name, but she is the first voice in this series. And it's no because she was proven to exist, but because the fear surrounding did. You see, because this grave was avoided, because the story survived. Only when you speak to a few of the very older generation. You see, the Barry Witch is not just a tale about death. It's about how we all bury fear, and how fear doesn't always stay buried. Next time, we travel north to Forfar and to the trial of Helen Guthrie, to confessions that were made in blood, to a courthouse where justice meant something very, very different. But for now, The stone in Barry rests quietly, and if you pass it, please leave it undisturbed. God knows she has waited this long. I am the Highland Scribe, scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodlines that walk unseen. And until the candle lights again, sleep tight, wanderers.